Hello! Welcome to another video and the first TBR Pursuit of 2020. If you are unfamiliar with TBR Pursuit, it is my TBR board game based on Trivial Pursuit. I started it in October, which is a bizarre time to start something, but we're into a new year, so it's a new year of TBR Pursuit, but absolutely nothing has changed from the last few rounds. So we're just going to carry on as usual, but it's a new year, so a New Year's reading goals, first books on the way to the New Year's reading goals, so fingers crossed that 2020's first TBR Pursuit will be good to me. Here is the board. It is based on a TBR Pursuit board, as you can see. Sorry, this is really messing with the white balance, I'm so dark. But all of the colours correlate to a genre, so green is middle grade, purple is adult fantasy, orange is other, which is like contemporary, magical realism, etc. Yellow is sci-fi, pink is YA fantasy, and blue is blank, which means it does not correlate to any genre. Could be anything. So that's the board. I have a pie, I have a dice. We will roll round and see what the board picks for me. I have my question stack, which is ever growing thanks to your guys' suggestions for questions. So when I land on a colour, I will pick out a question card, have the question that correlates to that colour, and answer the question with a book. I'm explaining it as it's the first one of the year, and if you're new to it, it feels necessary that I should do that. But as I say, nothing has changed from the last ones, so I will link the October, November and December TBR Pursuits down below for you in case you're curious and want to check them out. New year, first TBR of 2020, fingers crossed it's a good one, but without any further rambling, let's just get on with it. Here is roll number one. Okay, so as usual we have my pink piece and my dice, and the cards are over in this corner. So let's go for roll number one. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can go for either any. I don't really have an aim this time. Let's kick things off with a green. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a green is a middle grade. So green. Pick a book that matches the topic colour. So a green middle grade. And of course, a little pie for that. So we're kicking things off with a middle grade, green middle grade, and my prompt question is to pick a book that matches the topic colour, and the topic colour is green, so a green middle grade. I actually surprisingly have a few options for green middle grades, but I have gone with The Way Past Winter by Kieran Hargrave. This is a polar fantasy, so really could have been perfect for February. I need to sneeze. False alarm, no sneeze. It may still come though, so sorry if I sneeze. It could have been perfect for February and the Polathon, but I thought I would kick off the year with it. It's a little one, so it starts me off well. These edges are beautiful. But this one follows a girl in a village, and all of the boys in her village disappear one day, except for one boy mage called Rune, and they have to team up to work out what's happened to all of the boys, and it appears that they've followed a stranger who visited them in the night, and then our main character and Rune set out on an extraordinary journey across the snowy mountains to the furthest corner of the frozen north. I'm really excited about this. It seems right up my street, and I'm happy to have this green middle grade as my first TBR Pursuit pick of 2020. It's been nice to me so far. I could eat my words pretty soon though. Okay, so roll number 2. 3. 1, 2, 3. So a pink YA fantasy or a blue blank. I'm gonna go for a blue blank. 1, 2, 3. So blanks can be anything, and blue blank, buddy read. Marvellous! I like the sound of that. And of course, a little pie there as well. And roll 2 gives me a blue buddy read. So blue is blank, doesn't correlate to any sort of genre, so it can be a buddy read of anything. And as January is the first month of Middle Grade Monthly, of course, me, Gavin and Pris are going to be buddy reading our pick. I don't actually have it yet because it doesn't come out until the 2nd of January, so it will be out soon and I will have my hands on it, but I currently don't. But it is this one, The Girl Who Stole an Elephant, blah, 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 Jesus, The Girl Who Stole an Elephant by Nizrana Farouk. This is the middle grade monthly pick. It is about a girl who steals the crown jewels for some reason, and like that could either be the best thing or the worst thing to happen to her. But there's been a lot of hype about this. It's been recommended by a lot of like children's authors have been speaking about it. It's been receiving a fair bit of anticipation, and it is our middle grade monthly pick. If you're unfamiliar with middle grade monthly, I will link the announcement for that down below. Me and Gavin have started a book club. Starts this month in January. Details to follow. Follow the Twitter where details will be announced. But this is our first pick and perfect for a buddy read prompt, as we will be buddy reading it. Alright, roll number 3. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So orange for other, so that could be contemporary, magical realism, anything like that. So an orange is other. Or a yellow is sci-fi. I feel like I haven't had one in a while. Let's go for one. Right, fingers crossed. Yellow sci-fi. What book contains another species? I had this one the last time I had yellow. God damn it. And of course a yellow pie in there. So I went for a yellow, went for a sci-fi, which I rarely do, and got the same sci-fi prompt that I got last time that I got a sci-fi, which is a book that contains another species. However, I had wanted to work this into January's TBR because Pris and Gavin also want to buddy read this one, and that is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. So I think the three of us are going to be buddy reading this as well. I'm pretty sure there is a war against an alien race in this. An alien race called the Krell, yes, and this is about a girl called Spencer who really wants to be like a fighter pilot, basically, is what I'm getting. But her father was a disgraced pilot and that makes things really difficult for her, and that's as much as I know about this, but I'm excited about it. I have said that I want 2020 to be the year that I finally read some Sanderson, so getting this one into January 2020's TBR is a step in the right direction, so I'm happy to have this one on there. It fits well. Last time I got this prompt, I didn't fulfill the book, so fingers crossed I actually will with this one. Roll number 4. 2. So orange other or pink YA fantasy, and of course I'm going to go for a pink YA fantasy. Fingers crossed. Name a book over 300 pages. Okay, that could be worse. And a pink pie in there. So for roll number 4, I got pink, which is YA fantasy, and the card I pulled is to name a book over 300 pages. The options are kind of endless on that one, however, this one sprung to mind, and it is Bring Me Their Hearts by Sarah Wolf. The reason it sprung to mind is because I was sorting out my Goodreads TBR the other day and realised that this has a 4.1 average rating, which is very high for a book that I've seen almost nobody read. So that piqued my curiosity. It's got a really bizarrely high average rating for a book I don't really know anything about, other than I think like the girl and the prince are after each other's hearts and she like wants his literally. Here we go. She's not here for a royal's hand in marriage or a court position. She's here for the prince's heart, literally. I'm very curious. This cover is sort of bizarre, so let's look at it this way. That's more appealing. Something about that cover is a little bit off-putting. But yeah, really strange high rating on that. So it is over 300 pages. I did check, 366 I think it was. 366, yes. So there we go. I will be reading that for my pink prompt for a book over 300 pages. Time for roll number 5. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Purple adult fantasy or orange other. I'm gonna go for purple adult fantasy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fingers crossed. What book is underhyped? and of course a purple pie in there. Roll number 4 got me an adult fantasy and an underhyped one, and easy peasy lemon squeezy. I am dying to finish this series, and it's going to be Saint's Blood by Sebastian de Castell. This is the 3rd book in the Greatcoat series. Underhyped? Enormously. Nowhere near enough people are reading these books. I love them. I've finally seen some hype for the Spellslinger series. People have finally been taking my advice and reading that, but not enough people are reading his adult series, and I want to move on to book 3. One of my goals for the early part of 2020 is to finish this series, so that's my plan, and getting this into January takes us in a step in the right direction there. This series is about a group of fallen greatcoats. Greatcoats were not like knights, but like the king's most loyal servants. They were magistrates. They upheld the king's law to everyone, including the king, and when the king died, the greatcoats fell, and this is about Falcio and his band of merry men, and they're carrying out their king's last wish, and all sorts of wild politics and action and insanity goes on in this series, and I am so excited for this one. It's very political, very twisty and turny. Like, the number of plot twists and how completely invested I am in the series is insane. So if you haven't read the Greatcoat series, starts with The Traitor's Blade, I wholeheartedly recommend. Love it. The 2nd book in that series, Night Shadow, is quite possibly my favourite book of 2019. So do with that information what you will. And finally, roll number 6. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go for roll again. And roll again. 1. Blue blank. Or purple adult fantasy. I'm gonna go for another blue blank, and have got, what was your latest gift? Perfect for January. And a blue pie in there. Perfect. And the final roll of January 2020's TBR Pursuit got me another blank, and this time the prompt is, what was your latest gift? And my latest gift was from my nan for Christmas, because I actually got it a couple of days after Christmas. But it is The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex Harrow. I spoke about this very recently in my Christmas book haul, because I got it for Christmas. This is about a girl called January who finds a book or something. She stumbles across a strange book, a book that carries the scent of other worlds and tales of secret doors of love, adventure, and danger. Each page reveals more impossible truths about the world, and January discovers a story increasingly intertwined with her own. So it's like a book within a book. Sounds really whimsical. I'm very excited about it. Haven't seen many people read it, but I've seen a lot of people excited about it. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to reading this one as well. Overall, I would say that January's TBR Pursuit has been very kind to me. I am looking forward to all of these books. I've got a bit of a wild card in there with Bring Me Their Heart, but Goodreads says that's got a high rating, so we'll see about that. But otherwise, I'm going to be reading a lot with Pris, because obviously buddy reading The Girl Who Stole an Elephant with Pris and Gavin, buddy reading Skyward with Pris and Gavin, and Pris has also said she wants to read the 10,000 Doors of January with me as well, so lots of reading with Pris going on. Alongside all of this, I will need to finish The Starless Sea. At the point that you're seeing this, I should have started it, because I'm filming this a little ways before January starts, so I should have started The Starless Sea at the point this goes up, but I will not have finished it at all, so alongside this we'll have The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern as well. That is that. I'm quite looking forward to this. It's a good month's reading, I think. So yeah, I'm a happy bunny. Let me know what you think of this month's TBR. What should I prioritise getting to first out of this lot, even though I need to get to all of them, really. Also, for 2020, we're going to be taking punishment a little bit more seriously. I didn't really for the last few rounds. It was like getting towards the end of the year, everyone was really busy. but especially with having a new Goodreads goal, wanting to be, you know, bigger and better with my reading, I want to start taking the punishment a little bit more seriously. Not entirely sure what I'm going to do, whether it'll be unhaul it if I didn't get to it, or carrying it over to the next month and having a more intense month next time, or you guys recommending some bad books or something. So I suppose let me know what you think the punishment should be. I know last time I asked, a lot of people said, oh, don't make it about punishments, reading should be fun. And I do agree with that. If life throws something at me and it's really not my procrastination that's got in the way, then maybe we will not put a punishment in. But if it's just me being lazy, I deserve it. So let me know what that should be. But yeah, I'm going to stop rambling now because I'm actually getting a really dry mouth. Thank you for watching. Here's to another year of TBR Pursuit. I hope you have the best beginning to 2020. I hope you all smash those reading goals and are feeling incredibly motivated, because I sure do. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!